Hello! Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. If you are new here, hi, my name is Carrie. I am a TV host and I live in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm feeling some type of way right now. I really am. I don't know what to tell you other than my sweet baby girl, Falabella, foster number 11, is getting adopted tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day that she's getting adopted, and I'm feeling some type of way about it. I don't really know why. She's my 11th foster. Thank you, hello. She's my 11th foster, so I've done this a time or two. And don't get me wrong, it has been hard other times, specifically when Paco got adopted, who, if you've been around on this channel for a hot minute, then you have seen videos with Paco. He is the foster that I had the longest. I had him for almost 6 months, and I got really close to foster failing him a couple times, and it was really emotional when I said goodbye to him. He ended up going to an amazing family. He is living his life. She sends me pictures all the time. So it is 100%, you know, the best home for him, but it was hard to say goodbye to him. So it's been hard other times, and I wasn't expecting me to be struggling with it a little bit with Fala. I mean, I love them all. I love them all. Like there's not one that I've loved more than the others, but it just really hit me. You know, I've known that she's gonna be adopted for like a week or so now. And so I knew it was coming, but just as it's gotten closer, I've become really in my feels. This weekend, I was like, everything I did, I was like, this is my last Saturday morning with Fala, and then like Sunday, I was like, this is my last Sunday walk with Fala. Like, I don't know what my deal was, but she's getting adopted. I'm really excited for her, for them. They look like the perfect couple for her. They're a young couple, a young married couple, and they're actually coming down from Minnesota. So they saw one of my TikToks of her and they fell in love with her, applied, and a couple days later I was chatting with them, went through the interview process with them, and I think they're gonna be a great fit for my girl. So this video, I'm just gonna take you guys along for getting her ready to go on her forever home. There's a couple things that I always try and do when they're going on to their forever home. I actually made a video like this about my most recent foster puppy. Her name was Agatha, Aggie we called her. I made a video similar where I just got her ready to be adopted, and it was really fun and you guys liked it. So we're gonna do something similar here today, and I'm just gonna enjoy my last days, 24 hours at this point with my girl. So I think that the first step is that we are gonna go outside and just play in the yard a little bit. It is like 80 some degrees out right now, so it's quite toasty. The sun is shining, so we won't be able to be out there long, but I think we're just gonna go play in the yard for a little bit, see what we can get into. She's so cute. I love her so much. I suppose if I have to be honest, my favorite foster dog has been Doogie because I kept him, I foster failed him. So I think technically I would be remiss if I didn't say that he is my favorite foster, but I don't even think of him as a foster because he's my boy. Like, I kept him, he's a foster fail. I don't know, like, I don't know. But when I ask my husband, a lot of times I'll be like, Casey, which foster was your favorite? He'll be like, well, Doogie, obviously. And I'm like, that doesn't count. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Do you guys wanna go outside, run around in the yard? You gotta go poopy? You gotta go poopy? Okay, let's go. Okay, quick change of plans. The fence in our backyard is actually being replaced, not by us, but by our neighbor. And so they're replacing their fence, but they're replacing like the part that is also our fence. So they tore the fence down last week, which is fine. So we just haven't had a fence for a week. It hasn't really been an issue, but they're out there right now, like pounding in the stuff. And Fala is definitely gonna wanna chase after them, or just bother them, we should say. She wouldn't chase after them, but she would totally bother them as they're working. So instead, I'm gonna put some socks and some tennies on, and we are just gonna go for a walk around the neighborhood. guys, someone's tired after her walk. Look at that face. Good girl. While the dogs are romping around, I want to touch a little bit more on a topic that I have talked about a little in the past, but I think I need to talk about it more because without a doubt, the thing that I get told the most from people when I tell them that I've fostered almost a dozen dogs at this point is, I could never do that, I would want to keep them all, or I could never do that, it would break my heart, or I could never do that, you know, I could never open up my home to an animal just to, you know, send them away type of thing. I get that all the time. And don't get me wrong, there are hard parts about saying goodbye to some of these dogs, especially like I said before, Paco, that one was really hard for me, but there was something in me that knew he wasn't my dog. And I think as I've grown, I've gotten better at being able to discern through my emotions what I really feel is for me and what I feel is maybe not for me. And I think as humans, our emotions, they play games on us, like they do. Like they play games on us when it comes to online shopping or overeating or romantic love. Like our emotions are constantly playing games on us, and it's our job, or it's not our job, it's not your job to do anything, you don't have to do anything, but in therapy, I have gone through a lot of extensive and expensive therapy to pull back those emotions and be able to challenge them, question them, and then get in touch and really decide if those are emotions that are valid or if they're emotions that you know, I need to just wave goodbye to and let them go by. So I do think that is what's made me able to foster so much, is that I'm in touch with those things, that I don't believe everything I think. I don't believe every emotion I have as fact. You know, emotions come and go, and some days I want to keep Fala and some days I don't, you know, but I know in my heart, and I know through therapy and through life what's for me and what's not. And the only dog that I've really felt is for me was Dookie, and he was the one I foster failed. So out of 11, he's the one who I really, truly, when I sat with it, felt like he was for me. And honestly, it was a quick decision. I had him probably 2 weeks. After about 2 weeks, like I pretty much knew, like I could just tell, like I was like, that's my dog. That's my dog. I'm his person. He's my dog, like that's it. Like I could just tell. I had that inner knowing, and I haven't gotten that inner knowing with any of the other dogs I've had. I would also encourage you to remove yourself from the equation of fostering. When you take out your emotions and your feelings about fostering and you really look at it, really look at it as the role that you're playing in giving this dog another opportunity and giving them another chance at life, when you really look at it that way, that you are getting to be a part of their story, you are getting to help them heal, you are getting to save their life or the life of another dog. When you're able to really focus on those facts and remove, like I said, your external feelings about validation or how it's making you feel, you can see fostering for what it is, and that you are playing a role in their story. And it's hard, like it can be hard to separate those two, but that's the truth. The people who are able to foster and able to make the most difference, they're able to understand the difference between playing a role and what they're able to give this animal through fostering, rather than focusing on what that animal is giving you by you being like their savior complex. Does that make sense? At the end of the day, fostering isn't about me. It's not about, look at how great I am. It's not that at all. Sometimes I'll get people be like, oh my God, you're an angel on earth. Look, I'm not. Like, I'm not at all. Like, I just have done it enough to know that A, it fulfills me, B, it's super rewarding, and C, animals are one of my biggest passions in life. But I don't do this because I'm like holier than thou. I do it because I'm honored to play a small part in the role of these animals that deserve another chance at life. That's really why I do it. Not to make myself feel good, not to pat myself on the shoulder, not to post all about it and be like, look how cool and wonderful and awesome I am. Like, if that's why you're doing it, I don't know how you could do it if that's your motivation. I really don't. Because it's a lot of work and it gets real old real fast if you're not passionate about it. One other thing I need to say that really helps my ability to be able to let the dogs go is that Missouri Pit Bull Rescue gives their fosters, like, they give them the reins when it comes to their dogs. So for example, the applications come into NPR, person who gets the application, she sends all the applications over to me, and I look at the application, I call the person, I talk to them, I screen them, I decide if it's a good fit. So she receives the applications, the person at NPR receives the applications, but she doesn't talk to the applicants at all. She sends it right over to me and I decide. So being a part of an organization like that gives so much power to the foster is really top tier, because if I had to just not know where they were going, if I had to not feel great about where they were going or be concerned about where they were going, like, it would make it much harder, don't get me wrong. But NPR really gives me the reins. They give all their fosters the reins, and every dog that I have sent off, every foster dog I've had that I have sent off, I have felt amazing about where they've gone. So I rest easy. While I do miss those dogs, and while there is some sadness in letting them go, like, I know I'm letting them go to the best home possible. That's always been the case, and it really does help the situation. So in that sense, I'm really lucky to have NPR, because not every rescue or shelter operates like that. I would also keep that in mind. And when you do ask about fostering, or if you're interested in fostering, I would ask the organization that, how much say will I have in where the dog goes? Does what I say matter? Well, I get to interview the person. If I don't feel good about where my foster is going, will you take that into account? Like, I would ask, the rescue you're fostering through, I would ask them those questions before you even sign on to foster, because I do think those are important things to know. Okay, kind of a heavy topic, but considering Fala is now eating poop in the lawn, that's right, she's a poop eater, much like her foster brother Doogie, I'm gonna go get her and we're gonna go inside and have a little snack. Are you eating poop again? Can you stop? Okay, great. Oh, look how ucky that water is. So clean, so fresh. Oh yeah, kitty girl. You're such a good girl. I'm gonna miss you. I love you. All right, our last breakfast together. Ready? Wait. Okay. Such a good girl. Oh, happy adoption day. It's a beautiful day to be adopted. Last night was a great last night together. I do have to go to work today, of course, but Fa will be adopted this afternoon at 1:30. So what's gonna happen is I did put in my schedule that I would be leaving basically right after the show ends. My show ends at noon. I do have a post-record at 12:15, so I'll do that really quick. It won't take that long. And then after that, I gotta zip home, grab her things, get her ready, and then go to the shelter, and we will be meeting her adopters at 1:30. I left work the second I got done with stuff, and we really need to get going to Fala's adoption. But first I want to show you everything that I'm putting in her adoption goodie bag. I like to do this for my fosters. It's definitely not something that I need to do, but it just, I don't know, sends them off with a little bit of love, and I found that the fosters really enjoy when I do this little goodie bag, so I'm gonna show you everything I put in it. So the first thing that I always include is a blanket from their kennel. Fala has had this blanket since she's been here. It smells like our home, it smells like me, it smells like her. It can just be something that's really comforting for them as they're going through the transition. The other thing I always like to include is their favorite toy. This is Fala's favorite toy. We have these for my dogs, these Benabones, and she has loved the fish one. We have a couple different flavors, but the fish one has definitely been her favorite. So I went yesterday to the pet store and bought her own, so she will have a brand new one to take to her new home. I also got her this really sweet little gotcha day cookie. I just love doing something personal like this. My last foster, I got her a little cookie that said first Christmas, which was really fun because she was a puppy. So I like to include something like this. So she's got a cute little gotcha day cookie. I'm gonna put that in there. The other thing I'm gonna include is these Treatopia beef lung nuggies. She loves these. My dogs love these. Treatopia sent me a bunch of them, and they have been her favorite treat. So I'm gonna send her with a little bag here, and then I wrote the name of it on there so that they could buy her some more if they want to, but she is obsessed with these treats. All right, the less fun but definitely necessary stuff, I'm gonna send her with 1 dose of flea and tick medication and 1 dose of heartworm prevention medication. I'm also gonna send her with her medication that she's just finishing. This is just like a pre and probiotic that she's been on to help with her gut health. And again, this one is just to help with her gut health as well. She was never sick with anything, but she did just like have some weird poops, and like I think her gut biome was just a little mixed up, which like that happens a lot of times with dogs that come into a shelter and are switching foods and switching environments. So it's not uncommon, but we do just want to finish those meds off for her. Once you start them, you just want to use them until they're done. So I'm going to send that off. It's all labeled with all the directions so that they can follow it and make sure that she's finishing those off. That is everything in her little adoption bag. I need to get her loaded up in the car, and we need to get off to meet her family. So let's go. It is Friday evening, so it's been a few days since Fala got adopted. She got adopted on Tuesday, and everything has been going really well. I've been keeping in close contact with her adopters, and they absolutely adore her. I'm not like surprised because we adored her, but they love her. She's so sweet. She's getting used to their routine in their house. It takes time. I'm really glad that the girl, it's a young couple that adopted her. The girl has volunteered in shelters, so she's really familiar with the 3-3-3 rule and those types of things. And so they are totally implementing all those things and giving her space to get to know the new routine, the new layout of their apartment, and everything else that goes into it. So they are really in love with her, and I think it is a really good match for her. And as a foster, you just want them to be loved as much as you love them, and it's hard to let go. And to be honest with you, it's been 3 days, and every day I've woken up thinking about her, and throughout the day I think about her. It's been hard. They're all hard in their own ways, but some of the puppies, when they leave, I'm like ready for them to go, because I'm like, I know that I don't want a puppy. And Fala is a young dog, but we really, really liked her. Even my husband Casey has texted me during the day and, been like, how's she doing? He's curious. And I think Doogie is missing her a little bit. I think Doogie's happy to have me back, because Fala definitely was drawn to me and took up some of his mom time that he was used to getting. So I think he's happy to have me back to himself. But I do think he misses his buddy a little bit. And so, I think it's been a little hard on him too. So it's always hard. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. It really is. But your, only goal is to set them up with someone who's gonna love them as good as you did and do, or even better, and give them the life that they deserve. And I think this young couple is gonna do exactly that. So as a foster, that's all you can really ask for. But I'm really excited for her. She was so sweet. She is so sweet. I love her. She's such a good dog, and she deserves to live happily ever after, truly, after all she's been through. It's crazy all she's been through, and she's literally not even a year old. She's like 9-10 months. So she's got a lot of life ahead of her, and she's got the best family that is gonna do all the things with her. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for some of this. I try as much as possible to show you the truth about fostering, how amazing and rewarding it is, but also there are parts of it that are tough. The amazing parts totally outweigh the tough parts, but I want to be honest with you that sometimes it hurts and sometimes it sucks to say goodbye. But like I said, the good parts are so good that they outweigh any of the hard days. And it opens up your home to help another dog. I hope you enjoyed this, and if there's anything about fostering that you want me to cover in future videos, definitely put it down in the comments below. I'm an open book. I will answer any and every question. There are no stupid questions. And if you're curious about other fostering things, I do fostering Q&As. I've done some before. I've got a whole fostering playlist, so I will leave a link down to that below. Definitely check that out if you just want more general fostering tips or other vlogs that I've done when I fostered puppies in the past, things like that. I will leave it all down below. Wherever you are in the world, I am sending you so much love. I'll see you again very soon in my next video. Bye.